Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us!
The word julep, from the French, meant rose water, often a medicinal drink mixed with spirits. And then the American South got a hold of it, and it became the julep. Welcome to the Derby.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays...
we're the Barbershop Duet!
Hey, come on in. It's great to see you. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat. Meet the Whiff Pack. Cool group of our friends hanging out from all over the world. They would love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, Marcus would like to talk about his Zingari Man beard oil.
Constant viewers will know I am on a beard oil adventure. A few drops after the aftershave replenishes the moisture in my skin. It's very dry here in San Francisco. I am loving the Zingari Man formula. It's very lightweight, absorbs very quickly. And y'all, it comes in the scent, The Master. The Zingari Man Sean Maher masterpiece. I'm having a great time with this. You can actually purchase it at the Razor Company. And what is our soap today?
We have a brand new release, The Derby, y'all. Let's meet it.
All right, y'all, we thought it might be fun to start with a post that Heather made about the julep itself on Instagram. The mint julep isn't just a drink. It's a Derby icon. It became the official drink in 1938, and by 1939, Churchill Downs started selling the now famous souvenir glasses, mostly because people were taking them home anyway. What started as fans sneaking out with their cups turned into a full-blown tradition. So instead of fighting it, they leaned into it. Each year, a new design is released featuring the names of past Derby winners, and for collectors, spotting variations and rare misprints has become part of the fun. Early glasses from the 1940s through 1960s are especially prized, while modern editions continue the tradition for new generations. Now, collecting them is a part of the culture. It's a piece of Derby history, blending style and Southern hospitality into one collectible tradition. And from the sales page at zingariman.com.
A tradition in motion, a moment of refreshment. Inspired by the official drink of the Kentucky Derby, the Derby captures the energy of race day, the warmth in the air, the hum of the crowd, and the simple relief of a cold mint julep in hand. It opens with fresh mint that is herbal, slightly grassy, and gently sweet. It feels like fresh mint leaves just crushed between your fingers. Bright, natural, and immediately cooling. A touch of bourbon follows, smooth and restrained. It adds a soft warmth without ever becoming heavy. It brings balance without taking over the scent. A clean, subtle musk anchors everything. It helps the scent last while keeping the finish smooth and easy to wear. The result is crisp and refreshing, perfect for the heat of summer, but just as welcome when you need a lift during colder months.
And y'all, we bring you glad tidings of great joy. This soap will be available in the iconic Zingari Man Sago shave soap base. So let's let this soap out of the gate. We're not entirely sure who we have to thank for this, but we think it's a combination of Heather at Zingari Man and Jason at the Razor Company for getting this into our hands. Thank you so much. Oh,
Ooh, look at that green. It's already showing.
Oh, this is the soap. And look at these iconic labels that Heather is making. Look how shiny.
And I think someone might have snuck in a little some here.
Thanks, y'all. Oh, we got the bomb.
Oh, I'm excited for this one. Mint, bourbon, and musk, y'all.
Look at the colors. Tell me that does not look like the wallpaper itself at Churchill Downs.
I was thinking it kind of looked like the, the lovely uniforms that they wear. Could be something along with that, too.
Either way, I want to be wearing this immediately. Come along for our first impression. So what's cool about mint juleps for us is that when my mom knew that it was going to be her last trip, she asked us to take her to Los Angeles, to Disneyland and Universal Studios and all the other little nooks and crannies in LA that we know about, and just have one last great hurrah. Because for those of you who have lost somebody to Alzheimer's, there is a period of time where they forget their fear, but they don't forget themselves. And she wanted to go on the roller coasters. She wanted to just have grand adventures. She didn't even want to get on an airplane for a decade before that. And she was like, well, of course we're taking a plane. What's wrong with you? Let's take a helicopter. And y'all, on that Disneyland trip, she made us go back to New Orleans Square every hour so she could get herself another mint julep. Now, of course, it's Disney. They're not the traditional version with the bourbon in it. In fact, we've cracked the code. It's Minute Maid Lime with spearmint syrup. You can make them at home. They're absolutely amazing, but it's such a special memory for me. And actually, here's a picture I took of one of those actual mint juleps at Disneyland, that this is just the scent of one of my favorite times. Even though it had a little bit of sadness in it, we didn't really let that affect the time we were having. So I'm going to take this in first and see if this brings back some of those special Disneyland memories. And I kind of hope, because we had to stop drinking in 2020, that this might have a little hit of the bourbon in there as well. Oh, and it says so on the top. And don't you love these cosmetic barriers? So, you know, yours is the first schnoz to get into this. All right.
The last few new releases from Zingari have been fun spins on drinks, and they have been fabulous. So I'm kind of expecting this to be in that lane.
El Cantinero, even Coco Nanas. All right, here we go. Taking it in. Oh, and I love the smooth pours. And the Zingari, man, that's not actually easy to pull off because of how high you have to heat the soap and stuff. Anyway, here we go. Taking it in.
Off to the Derby we go. Aw.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I was not expecting that. This is too perfect. This is too perfect. This is exactly the Disneyland drink. The spearmint is there. The lime is beautiful. And y'all, that is also another hard thing to do in perfuming, is to allow that sense of a beautiful lime zest inside of a shaving soap. The bourbon is super subtle, but it's perfect in how it's sitting. It's giving it a woodiness. It's giving it a base to sit on. And somehow I can sense the cracked ice in it, y'all. And y'all, full disclosure, as we're learning perfuming and I'm learning how to craft mint scents, I'm having trouble keeping them real. Things like fresco mint and things like that all kind of have this candied vibe to them, but this doesn't. This has the sense of actual muddled mint leaves underneath a pestle. And I don't know, I think the reason that it's hitting me in such a nostalgic place is that the blend is so absolutely perfect. A little bit too much lime in one direction, a little bit too much mint in the other. And this would not have been that mint julep, but it absolutely is. Okay, hold on. Once you put the drink down on the bar, there's something else a little bit mysterious and comforting going on at the base of this. Something a little creamy, a touch of sandalwood representing the bar itself, maybe a touch of cotton, something that speaks to a white linen suit. I say.
I was about to ask you about the musk, so that must be how she's doing it. Something in there, like that's written as the last scent note.
Right. You put the drink down and you get the bar itself, the suit that you're wearing, and even a far off wisp of a fine cologne that southern gentleman might be wearing inside of these musks. Heather, nailed this one. You nailed this one.
I think he was about to say masterpiece, but I haven't smelled it.
We're getting there. So. I didn't want to say it without her because she still has to smell this. But if this was a one-sided vote,
I'm pretty sure that's where we're landing. You can
just bring in the confetti now, just on this side of the screen, maybe. And something in that creaminess that is almost vanilla, but it's not. It's just such a natural, beautiful sweetness of some grasses or herbs, maybe far off in the distance. But let's be clear. Those notes are 5-10% of this. The other 90% is that beautiful drink in your hand. And there's a fresh mint sprig on top. Nothing bubblegummy in the mint. Nothing candied in the lime. I don't even know how you would capture this level of freshness. And one last deep dive to look for the bourbon. It's very light. It's just adding a sort of a heat into the drink, a little bit of a splash of that alcohol hit that the Three Amigos are so famous for experiencing when they tried tequila for the first time. Yeah, you don't do that when you smell this. You just take it in. The bourbon's very light. But, you know, sometimes you see the old cartoons or the old movies where they'll take a dab of alcohol, like straight from the bottle, and put it behind their ears just as a cologne. That might be how the bourbon's being used in here. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. In my wildest dreams, I can't think of a way to improve this or make it a better mint julep. This is the champion, and it's the Muhammad Ali. It will reign forever. All right, take this in. I am excited for you to experience this.
Me too. I don't think I've had one since we went to Disneyland. You made a few, and I've smelled them, but I haven't actually like ingested them. But I am a fan of anything mint and bright. That's usually kind of my go-to. So the fact that the memory and everything is in this, besides the label action, y'all, I just have to say. Woo. All right, tap it in.
You'd love this one, Mama. Okay,
so it's way more real and way better than the version that we had at Disneyland, because this is like beyond vibrant. Like, I do feel like I'm standing in the prettiest kitchen. Like, it looks like a fine dining kind of vibe. Like, every sprig is laid down. You got the muddle. It's ready. But I don't know how you could make the mint more real than what this is. Like, I wouldn't even know that this was perfumed. If someone just had this do like a drive-by whiff, I would literally think that everything had the ingredients on the counter and they were being made in front of me.
You need to put a warning on it. Do not eat it.
No.
Like that.
Yeah, I have the sprig in front of me, which was funny because earlier today I was just watching Ben from House of Mammoth in his garden, and he literally took out the sprigs of mint and was breaking them up and smelling them on camera. And I feel like that's what I just did somehow in front of me. It's real. I wouldn't have even known that the lime is there, but without it, I would miss it. Like, somehow it's making the mint better. Right. The lime is not going sour and create like you're not puckering or anything. It's just adding the little kind of special vibe to it that's making you know it is a mint julep. It's not just mint, but that adds the fun side somehow. Where normally limes can go a little more perfumey, this is still in the real vibes lane for me.
Or they go candied, they go key lime. This is that zest when you dig your nail into the peel.
Right, like authentic. Just those two ingredients are right off the puck, and they stay throughout the whiff. But you're right, there is more happening here.
Where's the bourbon gone? Right?
I honestly wouldn't know it was in there, but I know that there's like a gentle, warm spice happening. Right. So it's whatever that touch is fabulous, because like we were saying, we don't really drink. So I think normally when shave soaps have a alcohol put in there, my brain goes to it because I'm not as used to smelling it. Right. This doesn't. It just becomes part of the charm. Like, it does feel like we're dressed up for a day of fun, so we must be going to the Derby. But it doesn't take away from the mint julep kind of side, where I think it could easily take over. So it probably took a lot of restraint to not let it do that, but it's really just helping it not only be mint and lime. Like, it adds that little character to it. Like you even said, like maybe the bar in front of you, like it's light and woodsy spices, nothing in your face, nothing too dark. It just kind of keeps like a fresh air thing going on.
If you want the more whiskey-esque drinks, check out the distiller. The whiskey sits front and center, and all that other stuff comes swirling around it. This is the opposite. You've turned the telescope around. We have one other homage to the Kentucky Derby, sort of. It's an homage to a mule asleep under a tree dreaming. He's in the Kentucky Derby, Bluegrass Muse. From Gentleman's Nod, do you get a little bit of that in there? Because I don't. I think it's the opposite.
No, completely different vibe. But it's fun where perfumers can take that energy of going to the Derby. Like, they could just go completely in a different route. Yeah. They're both super fun, and both are, like, in the drink vibe, which is kind of cool, but they're totally opposite lanes. I think the musk is done in a wonderful way because it's really unisex for me. Like, I really am getting more of like the fun of the day and the thought of putting focus on your outfit, because it's a very big deal to get dressed up for the Kentucky Derby, the hats and everything. When I danced at Disneyland, speaking of Disney, one of my partners in my little cohort was also a Lakers dancer, and she was so sad because she couldn't go home back to Kentucky for the Derby because she had a game that day or some kind of event. And I remember her talking about like getting the outfit picked. Like, each year you take time, like you pick what color you're going to do. It is a family affair. And somehow this just encapsulates that kind of experience where everything's a little dolled up and turned up in the best of ways. The Southern charm is coming through here.
Like the ascot from My Fair Lady got transposed to the American South.
There you go.
Move your blooming ass!
There is something about the real greens of, I don't know if it's grass or something, but like something of the location that we're at. It's not too hot that it smells like hot grass. It's not that, but it's just like a fresh, clean breeze kind of going on throughout the whole thing, like through your linen outfit.
I would not say there was not a whisper of vetiver.
But not enough that I can pull it apart.
No,
just adds the vibe.
Not. Absolutely not.
Do we try to see what other real scent notes are in here or how this lathers? We have a lot of fun ahead, I think.
I just don't want to stop smelling the tub. All right, y'all, come along with us. We're going to build you a lather and look at the scent notes. All right, and from the sales page at zingariman.com, we start with top notes of
fresh mint, herbal, grassy, lightly sweet. So maybe the sweet is coming more from like a lime zest, because it's not actually even listed. Are we making that up?
Y'all, I have never in my entire perfuming journey experienced a fresh, real mint like this. And as sure as my butt looks south, there's not peppermint in this. This is pure spearmint. I don't see lime in the notes. But again, most perfumers do not give away all of their notes. How much would you bet there was lime in this?
I think my brain was creating it more than it might actually be in here, but it's helping. If it is, it's just helping the mint be a better mint.
Oh, light bourbon.
Right, it's specifically listed as light.
Meant to sit in the back, but it does. Just giving a lovely spice, a lovely heat to things without needing to steal this fabulous spotlight.
It even says smooth and restrained. It adds a soft warmth without ever becoming heavy. I would completely agree. Like if I hadn't read it to find it in there, I would just think it was a gentle spice maybe.
And a lovely bed of base musks. Light, clean laundry. Tweed that's neither green nor Irish kind of musks, and they are beautiful.
I like how it's not trying to be anything that it's not. It's really just trying to be a mint julep, but something that's more wearable, something that captures the energy of the Derby itself. I love how they're kind of intersecting. Obviously, we're fans of mint julep, but it is interesting to see how it's done in perfumer's lane.
And growing up in San Francisco, you don't learn a whole lot about the South when you're little, except that if you have a dog that's after you, you should probably measure out how far his chain is so that when he chases you, he can come up against it and strangle himself and you pick him up by the tail and paddle him. That's all I knew about the South growing up. I'd love to know how they name some of the horses. They're fascinating.
Whenever you hear them being called out, you're like, wait, what? Oh, that is what they said.
Anyone ever drive from Northern California to Southern California, you're pretty much required to stop at Harris Ranch right in the middle and have a big steak for lunch. They've got all kinds of winners from all kinds of horse races around the country put up in portraits all over the place. It's amazing. And where did you get this lovely bourbon colored shaving bowl? What a perfect combination.
I was trying to go for the vibe. This is one of the 3D prototypes from Sharp Shaver, and I had to bust out the lovely minty green kind of fun limey color from our Opus custom Barbershop Duet brush.
Even though it doesn't say lime. Lies. All right, the Sago base, just an almond size. We're going to put it in the bottom of the bowl, and Sarah's going to make a thin layer of soap so it can easily transfer up onto the bristles of our brush.
Okay, I'm getting way more sweetgrass already.
Oh, nice.
As soon as you open that, I'm like, the whiffs from here changed.
Do they race in the rain?
All right, is that, we're at race day, you just go for it? I don't know.
This is our bougie sprayer from Sean and Julie. Thanks, y'all. I'm going to start with about 10 sprays.
All right, and I'll put the water on the opposite side of the soapy bowl here, taking our dry brush, and just start going one direction. You are going to enjoy what's happening over here. I already got to say, adding just that little bit of water change things.
I'm eyeing the bomb right now.
And then I'm going to turn the brush and keep going one direction and the other, just trying to get the soap up onto the bristles. That is the thing of the bottom of this bowl. With the 3D printing, it really gets those little notches and divots to get all the soap onto the brush. And as you can see, it's mostly out of the bowl. It's all here. So I'm going to start adding in the water here and slowly brewing up some more of this mint julep fun. And look at this lather coming to life. And it smells wonderful. Even just this far away from my nose, I'm getting lovely whiffs.
That Sago base is no joke.
I don't know who's going to be more excited to shave with this one tonight. I'm just saying. It's oddly fitting that it came out right before Mother's Day.
Right.
Somehow I feel like that was a nice little sentimental touch here.
My mom hated artificial scents. That's kind of funny. Like, there was a place that she liked to stay up in Chico when they'd have to go up there for business.
Right.
And she used to ask them, please don't use any of the fabric softener on my sheets because it bugs me. But every Christmas, she would have that simmer pot going from December 1st. So as long as the smells were more natural, like as long as they were more, well, like this, she loved them, but they were few and far between. This would have been her pony. Look at the peaks.
Cannot get over this lather, that yogurty, lovely little glisten happening here. Woo-wee!
And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the, is this limey or not whiff on 3, 1, 2. I still get a hint.
I'm going to say it's a little less here. If whatever part your brain is getting is the lime, I think it's more the sweetgrass.
Oh, no. I get a little bit of that twinge that is unmistakably citrus. If you've smelt this, would you please settle this argument for us in the comments?
Something got a little sweeter in the base over here now that I'm smelling that. That's more fresh air action.
I'm calling Heather after this. There is lime in this. I know there's lime in this.
But I like that it's fresh mint, herbal, grassy, and lightly sweet. Because it did just get a little sweet over here for me. Not the candy Disneyland vibe, but it approaches that line in a fun way.
And y'all, we do love our Long Island shaving and watching Mike's channel, even though sometimes when he drops into the lives, it doesn't show us his
what
comments.
the
We're
heck?
still figuring that out, buddy. But we don't do shaving here on the Barbershop Duet, so we thought you might like to see what this leather looks like.
Ridiculous, y'all.
Oh, I can't feel the brush yet. It goes on in 3 coats.
Oh, look at that padded protection. Oh my goodness, he's ready to shave right now.
Oh, all right. Would you like to go down to the derby
man.
with me? Oh, take
I
this
don't want
in.
to waste this lather, man.
I don't think there's any menthol in this or
No.
anything, but I do get sort of a cool breeze sense.
I agree. Which you would think, like, you always hear, like, Kentucky is super hot and humid.
Right.
But this is adding the nice cool breeze with that spearmint action. I swear I just muddled it in the bowl. Like, something about the mint is so real.
We should get a pestle, and then we can
Yup,
really make
there we
lather
go.
with that. All right, y'all. Well, come along with us down to the winner's circle because
Yeah.
we're going to try this bomb. So now that you have made your way into the Derby, would you agree with me that this is definitely the epitome of our masterpiece collection for
I
2026?
completely agree.
Congratulations, Heather and Zingari, man. Absolutely. Y'all, this is incredible. And now we get to try the bomb. Y'all, a gross injustice has been done. I've been calling this a bomb.
Not anymore.
And it's not. It's been reformulated, as my beloved just noticed. It's now a serum. This is different.
Post-shave serum is 98% naturally derived, alcohol-free, and packed with nourishing ingredients to soothe, hydrate, moisturize, and rejuvenate your skin. It is infused with the following beneficial ingredients: white willow bark, witch hazel, moringa and oat oils, snow mushroom extract, and chamomile extract. Experience smooth, refreshed, and irresistible skin after every shave. This post-shave serum is suitable for even the most sensitive skin. So maybe instead of the beard oil, you might have to give this one a try first.
I'm saying, and this has that snow mushroom
Yes.
that Thayer's, that Douglas sent me, has in
Yeah.
it. Y'all. All right, let's try this together. I'm going to put
right.
a few pumps there.
Herbal.
Oh, beautifully white and creamy.
See the difference between the serum and the balm. I'm curious. Oh, it's thinner. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a bit more viscous. Okay. Oh.
Oh, my friends. Yeah, I feel like we might be needing an EDP. I'm just saying. I gotta say, this feels amazing on the skin. The concept that this is more of a serum, I can feel it immediately.
And just the vibe of a luxurious vacation. When I used to go to National Funeral Directors Association on the company dime, and we get to stay at some very luxurious spots around the world. This is the smell of the spas or the outdoor bars next to the pool.
Who would have thought a mint julep could be this classy? Like, there's just something turned up about it in the serum that's come through in a different way.
And y'all, you know how when you look at a Norman Rockwell painting and there's just something so clever about it because he's taken reality and even turned it up a notch somehow? That's what this soap is doing. My brain is still getting Norman Rockwell. Waves of realism and charm from this.
I have to say, I would put this into more of a transportive lane, I think, for me. I know for us it's nostalgic, but we've never been to the Kentucky Derby, and I kind of feel like we sort of have with how this has turned up with a fun adventure side.
So real that with my eyes closed when I smelled this for the first time, my nose thought for a second my mom was sitting across from me, and I was back at Disneyland for just a second. Yeah. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus having a little bit of analysis paralysis when he's approaching his shave cabinet late at night. But you're going to want to go on a Zingari man adventure. You might want to spend a little time with an ancient barber in a masonry shop with the master. You might want to go down and belly up to the bar with El Cantonero and really get that alcohol-y heat from it. But sometimes you just want to go back to one of your most fun memories of sitting with your mom, hearing the Disneyland train approach and hearing that live Dixieland music playing across the patio. And you are going to get your own. So, head over to ZingariMan.com where you'll find this and everything else I want in the world. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with the Derby, and I reached out to Heather at Zingari Man after we shot the episode, and I said, you know, that was the second time I've ever teared up on camera, and it's Heather. So she said, I'm sorry, and I said, no, that means it's the strength of that scent memory and the authenticity with which you brought it back that made that possible. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. And then we talked about her grandma and my mom and scent memories for a while. But y'all, the Sego base is no joke. Fabulous, protective, thick, formulated to be gentler on the skin. And along those same lines, y'all, the true star of this shave was the new serum from Zingari. Man, we have a lot of bombs. They feel bracing. Sometimes they feel a little astringent depending on what's in them. This is the first time that a serum has made my face feel absolutely soothed and refreshed. It put the fire out, y'all. And anytime I'm particularly missing my mama, this is going to be one of the soaps I reach for. Thank you, Heather and Zingari Man and the Razor Company for this gift. Hey, welcome to Messages.
So for our May giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $25 to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to we sent you at thebarbershopduet.com. Mention the PAA giveaway and check back on our first June episode. See if you are a lucky winner.
Best of luck. And y'all, on the Zingari Man website, there's now a quiz to help you find what scent of her lineup is best suitable for you.
And a myriad of other products, including the beard oil and y'all EDPs. I mean, come on. As a 10-year-old magician, I found this book at a magic shop once. It was called Harry Anderson's Games You Can't Lose, A Guide for Suckers. And it describes your first trip to the track, how it's going to be a magical experience, how you're going to have an absolute ball, and even better, you're going to win all day. And there's going to be something in the back of your mind that's going to look forward to going back. Well, guess what? You're never going to be able to recapture the spark of that first trip to the track, Harry promises, because there is just something magical in the air that gets into your blood. And there is something about the scent of this that brings back not only that first and only trip I ever took to Golden Gate Fields, and I did have a magical experience. But y'all, in my imagination, maybe next I'm taking my mama down to Kentucky to give her favorite drink for real and watch the ponies. And I'm so grateful to have this in my collection, and even more grateful to Heather and the Razor Company for sending it out to us for free to review. We really appreciate it, and we can't wait for our next one.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching.